Ladies and gentlemen, there is a force within you, greater than the storms of life, stronger than any failure, more powerful than any doubt. That force is your will to succeed. And the only thing standing between you and the life you desire is one simple decision. Will you give up or will you press on? History does not remember those who quit. It remembers those who refuse to surrender when everything seemed lost. Every great achievement, every innovation, every empire was built by men and women who faced obstacles that would have crushed an ordinary spirit. But they were not ordinary, and neither are you. Failure is never final unless you accept it. This simple truth separates those who achieve greatness from those who surrender to mediocrity. Every person who has ever accomplished anything worthwhile has faced failure, rejection, and moments of doubt. But the difference is that they refuse to let those failures define them. They understood that setbacks are not the end, but merely a test of their resilience. The road to success is paved with obstacles, disappointments, and struggles. It is easy to believe that failure means you are not meant to succeed. It is tempting to think that if something doesn't work out the first time, it never will, but that is a lie. The truth is, failure is never permanent unless you decide to stop trying. Every great innovator, leader, and visionary has stumbled along the way. They have encountered moments when the world doubted them, when their efforts seemed wasted, and when quitting appeared to be the only option. But they chose to rise again. Think about the challenges you have faced in your own life. You once where everything seemed against you, where the odds appeared impossible. Perhaps you tried something new and it didn't work out. Maybe you poured your heart and soul into a dream only to see it crumble before your eyes. In those moments, the voice of doubt grows louder, whispering that you should walk away, that you are not good enough, that success is not meant for you. But that voice is wrong. Failure is not a stop sign. It is a stepping stone. It is the universe asking you how badly you want what you are chasing. Every setback carries within it a lesson. It reveals weaknesses that need strengthening, strategies that need adjusting, and character that needs refining. When you fail, you are not being punished. You are being prepared. The struggle is shaping you into the person you need to become to handle the success that awaits you. Those who refuse to quit, those who see failure as feedback rather than defeat, are the ones who eventually break through. There are countless stories of people who failed repeatedly before achieving greatness. The greatest breakthroughs in history were born from relentless persistence. Those who changed the world did not do so because they never failed, but because they never let failure stop them. They treated every setback as fuel for their determination. When one door closed, they found another. When one idea failed, they created a better one. They understood that failure was not the enemy, giving up was. You have the same power within you. No matter how many times you have fallen, no matter how many mistakes you have made, no matter how many times you have been told a no, your story is not over. Every time you rise after falling, you are one step closer to victory. Every time you push forward when you feel like stopping, you are proving to yourself and the world that you are unstoppable. The only way failure can become final is if you accept it, if you allow it to define you, if you let it break you instead of build you. It does not matter how slow your progress is as long as you do not stop. Success does not belong to the fastest or the luckiest. It belongs to those who endure. The person who keeps going, who refuses to surrender, who gets up one more time than they fall. This is the person who will achieve their dreams. Every great success story is filled with failures, but what makes it a success story is that the person kept writing. They did not allow a few bad chapters to define their entire book. The truth is, the moment you decide to quit is often the moment you are closest to a breakthrough. Most people give up right before they reach the turning point. They let exhaustion, doubt, and fear convince them that they have tried enough. But if they had held on just a little longer, they would have seen the reward of their perseverance. If they had just taken one more step, they would have realized how close they were to success. You must keep going even when it feels pointless. You must push forward even when everything inside you screams to give up. Because your breakthrough is waiting just beyond the point where most people quit. The path to success is not meant to be easy. If it were, everyone would achieve greatness. The struggle we weeds out those who are not truly committed. It separates those who only dream from those who are willing to do whatever it takes. Challenges are not meant to break you. They are meant to prove that you are strong enough to handle what is coming. If you quit now, you will never know how close you were. If you stop fighting, you will never experience the victory that was within your reach. You must believe in yourself when no one else does. You must have faith in your journey, even when it feels like you are walking in the dark. You must trust that every failure, every setback, every disappointment is not a sign to stop, but a sign to push harder. The greatest rewards in life are reserved for those who refuse to back down. The world belongs to those who never surrender, who face failure with courage and who rise again no matter how many times they fall. Your journey is not over. Your story is still being written. Failure is only final if you choose to make it so. Keep going, keep fighting, never ever give up. Persistence is the key difference between success and failure. It is the invisible force that separates those who achieve their dreams from those who merely wish for them. No matter how talented, intelligent, or resourceful a person may be, without persistence, their potential remain unrealized. It is not luck or genius that defines success. It is the refusal to give up, the unwavering commitment to keep going when everything seems to be falling apart. The journey toward success is filled with obstacles, challenges, and moments of doubt, but those who persist through it all will eventually find their breakthrough. There will always be times when progress seems impossible, when every step forward feels like a struggle, and when the weight of failure makes it tempting to quit. But persistence means pushing forward despite the setbacks, despite the criticism, and despite the overwhelming temptation to stop. Those who give up never know how close they were to achieving their goals. Many times, success is just beyond the point where most people surrender. It is the one who keeps trying, the one who refuses to accept defeat, who ultimately stands victorious. Every successful person has a story of struggle. They have faced moments where everything seemed lost, where the dream felt unattainable, and where the easiest option was to walk away. But they did not quit. They chose to persist. They stood that every failure, every rejection, and every disappointment was a disappointment. They knew that success is not given. It is earned through relentless effort and the ability to keep moving forward when the odds are against you. The path to greatness is never smooth. It is full of failures, missteps, and unexpected challenge. But those who succeed are the ones who see failure as part of the journey rather than the end of it. They recognize that every great achievement requires patience, resilience, and an unshakable belief in their own potential. They do not let temporary defeat define them because they understand that persistence is the key to unlocking the life they desire. When you refuse to give up, you gain an unstoppable momentum. Every attempt, even the unsuccessful ones, brings you closer to your goal. Each time you try again, you learn something new, you grow stronger, and you develop the character necessary to handle the success that is coming your way. Oh, the more persistent you are, the more you train yourself to overcome fear, doubt, and discouragement. And when you push past these barriers, you become someone who is unstoppable, someone who refuses to let circumstances dictate their destiny. It is easy to start something new when motivation is high and excitement is fresh. But true success is determined by what you do after that initial enthusiasm fades. It is in those moments of exhaustion, frustration, and uncertainty that persistence becomes the deciding factor. Will you push through the discomfort, or will you let it break you? Will you find a way forward, or will you settle for less than what you truly desire? The answer to these questions determines whether you will succeed or whether you will join the countless others who gave up too soon. Some people believe that talent is enough, that intelligence is enough, that luck is enough. But none of those things matter without persistence. There are countless talented individuals who never reach their potential because they lack the drive to keep going when things get tough. And there are brilliant minds who give up because they cannot handle failure. There are people who have had opportunities slip through their fingers because they were unwilling to keep pushing forward. On the other hand, there are those who, despite having no special advantage, have achieved greatness simply because they refused to quit. They were not the smartest, the most gifted, or the luckiest, but they were the most persistent. Every great success story is built on persistence. It is the ability to stand up after being knocked down, to try again when every attempt has failed, and to believe in yourself even when no one else does. It is about doing whatever it takes, for as long as it takes, until you get what you want. Those who adopt this mindset will always find a way, while those who lack it will always find an excuse. The world is full of people who gave up on their dreams because they encountered resistance. They let fear stop them, they let failure define them, and they let the opinions of others dictate their actions. But the truth is, obstacles are not meant to stop you. They are meant to strengthen you. They are opportunities to prove how badly you want something.
Every setback is a lesson. Every challenge is a test, and every difficulty is a chance to grow. You persist through. You will emerge, you will be strong, wise, more prepared to success,
There will be times when the effort feels pointless, when progress seems non-existent, and when you begin to question whether the struggle is worth it. In those moments, the only thing that will keep you going is your persistence. It is the belief that no matter how hard it gets, you will not stop until you succeed. It is the mindset that says, I will find a way no matter what. When you adopt this mentality, failure loses its power over you. It becomes nothing more than a temporary obstacle rather than a permanent defeat. Success is not about avoiding failure. It is about refusing to let failure stop you. It is about understanding that persistence is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. No one achieves anything great by giving up at the first sign of difficulty. No one changes their life by quitting when things get hard. The people who succeed are those who show up every day, put in the work, and refuse to back down no matter how many times they fall. There is no guarantee that success will come quickly. It may take months, years, or even decades. But time does not matter to those who are truly committed. They understand that as long as they keep going, their victory is inevitable. They know that persistence will always lead to progress, even when it is not immediately visible. And they trust that every struggle, every sacrifice, and every ounce of effort will one day pay off, no matter what you are facing, no matter how many times you have failed, and no matter how impossible things may seem right now, you must keep going. You must persist even when it feels like nothing is working, because success belongs to those who refuse to quit. It belongs to those who understand that persistence is the key difference between success and failure. The world does not decide your fate, you do. No force outside of you has the power to determine your destiny unless you allow it. People will doubt you, circumstances will challenge you, and life will throw obstacles in your path, but none of these things can stop you unless you choose to surrender. The truth is you are in control of your journey. Your choices, your mindset, and your willingness to keep going despite adversity are what shape your future. No setback, no failure, no rejection is final unless you decide that it is. Many people spend their lives blaming the world for where they are. They point to their circumstances, their past, or the obstacles they face as the reasons why they cannot succeed. But those who achieve greatness do not waste time making excuses. They understand that life is not fair, that challenges are inevitable, and that no one is going to hand them success. Instead of focusing on what is out of their control, they focus on what they can control, their resilience and their refusal to give up. No one else can walk your path for you. No one else can fight your battles. The world may throw difficulties in your way, but it is your decision whether to let them break you or make you stronger. Every person who has ever accomplished something significant had reasons to quit. They faced setbacks, disappointments, and failures just like everyone else, but they refused to let those things define them. They decided that their fate was in their own hands, not in the hands of their circumstances or the opinions of others. If you allow the world to dictate your future, you will always feel powerless. You will always feel like a victim of your circumstances. But if you take responsibility for your own success, everything changes. You begin to see obstacles as opportunities, failures as lessons, and challenges as stepping stones. You stop waiting for the world to make things easier, and instead you make yourself stronger. The moment you accept that your fate is in your hands, you gain the power to change your life. There will be times when you feel like everything is working against you. You will face moments when doubt creeps in, when nothing seems to be going right, and when giving up feels like the easiest option. But those moments are a test. They are the world's way of asking how badly you want what you are chasing. If you let the world decide for you, it will always push you toward the easy path, the path of least resistance. But if you decide for yourself, you will push forward no matter how difficult the road may be. It does not matter where you started. It does not matter what disadvantages you have. The people who achieve greatness are not the ones who had the perfect starting point. They are the ones who refuse to let their starting point define them. They are the ones who looked at their struggles and said, I will not let this stop me. They are the ones who understood that their fate was not determined by the world, but by their own persistence, their own determination, and their own unwillingness to give up. The world will always have opinions about what you can and cannot do. People will tell you that your dreams are too big, that you are not capable, that the odds are against you. But their opinions do not matter unless you let them. You must decide whether you will let the voices of doubt dictate your path, or whether you will drown them out with relentless action. Those who succeed are not the ones who never hear criticism. They are the ones who refuse to let it affect them. They are the ones who keep moving forward despite the noise, despite the doubts, and despite the setbacks. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to prove to yourself that you are stronger than the obstacles in your way. Every time you refuse to quit, you are shaping your destiny. The world does not get to tell you when to stop. The world does not get to tell you that you are not good enough. Only you have the power to decide what you will achieve. There will always be those who settle for less because they believe they have no choice. They believe that life is something that happens to them rather than something they can shape. But the people who refuse to give up, the people who refuse to accept defeat, are the ones who change their lives. They take control of their own future and refuse to let anything or anyone dictate what is possible for them. You must be willing to fight for what you want. The world will not hand you success. It will not make things easy. But that does not mean you cannot achieve your dream. It only means you have to be stronger than the difficulties you face. You have to push forward when others stop. You have to believe in yourself when no one else does. You have to be the one who decides that no matter what happens, you will not give up. Every time you fall, you have two choices. You can stay down and let the world win, or you can get back up and prove stronger than anything that tries to stop you. The world may throw obstacles in your way, but it is your decision whether to let them break you or make you better. Your fate is not written by your failures. It is written by how many times you rise after failure. There will be days when you question everything, days when you wonder if it is worth it, if you are making any progress, if you will ever reach your goal. But those who succeed are the ones who keep going even when those doubts creep in. They understand that persistence is more powerful than talent, that effort is more important than luck, and that the only true failure is giving up. You are in control of your own story. You are the one who decides whether to keep going or to stop. The world may challenge you, it may test you, but it cannot control you unless you let it. Your future is yours to shape, and as long as you refuse to give up, nothing can take that power away from you.